Okay, this is day one of the AT training. I'm at my local metro park. It's pretty large. It has a bunch of trails on it, and it has a 6-mile long trail. So what I'm going to do is put a pack on, close to about 15-20 pounds, and I'm going to hike a 6-mile long trail, and I'm going to try to do it in about 2.5 hours. So we'll see what happens. I'll show you what I'm carrying. I'm going to be carrying today on a 6-mile trail. I've got my Mountain Hardware Lamina Zero sleeping bag. I'm not going to be camping or anything. I'm just carrying it for the purpose of weight and simulation. I've got a 3-liter Camelback hydration pack full of water, 3 liters of water, and I'm not going to show you everything that's in there, but I've got my 72-hour get-home bag, and the whole thing weighs, 15 to 20 pounds. Okay, I've got a confession. Today I'm only doing 2.5 miles. Training day for the AT is only going to be 2.5 miles today. And the reason for that is when I got here and I parked in the parking lot, I noticed steam coming from my engine compartment. I opened the hood and I've got I think what is a cracked heater core or something like that, I think, because there's a hose coming out of the engine, the firewall, and so I'm going to make this trip a little bit short. Also, another primary reason I'm making it short, only 2.5 miles instead of 6 or 7, like was planned. I didn't get out of here until about 3 o'clock, and it's the middle of winter, and it starts getting dark at. It's dark around 5:30, so tomorrow's another day. So, hey guys, I'm about 2 miles into day one of AT training, and just thought I'd fill you guys in on where I'm at, and just let you know that it's going pretty good. Walking, jamming to the music. The reason I kind of take this as a kind of a big deal is because I'm not that big of a hiker. I'm used to being in the city and being at home, and being in populated areas. So walking out in the woods and stuff is a little bit different to me. So it takes a little bit of getting used to, and the more I do, the more used to it I'll get. And hopefully I can conquer this thing. So I'll fill you guys in. Okay, again folks, this is the first day and for the training, and what a day to train. In fact, this is probably a good thing. Just a little taste of what I'd be in for when I attempt this AT. It's just soupy poopy here. So I can. Oh shit! Almost fell. I consider this a good thing. Helps to get mentally prepared for unpleasant experiences. I can tell you that doing this is not really pleasant. It's not really fun. It's you got to go through this shit to get to the other side. But the view is good, so it's a good training experience. So I'm back to my Jeep. I completed 2.5 miles today. Very shameful, I know. But I got a late start, didn't get, and that's the Jeep that was steaming on me for some reason. I don't know. Show you guys what's going on here. Not that you really give a shit or has anything to do with training for the Appalachian Trail, but it's one of those hoses right there. It goes back in the firewall. Prepping for the AT and survival and all that shit kind of goes hand in hand. I just figured I'd go ahead and show you that I do keep a radiator pressure tester with me, among a lot of other tools and stuff. One MRE tow strap. It's come in handy before. Have an all-wheel drive and a med kit in there. So, you know, I'm out here, and, you know, sure as hell is handy to be able to open your back hatch and test out your smoking vehicle. Well, this is a good thing. A few minutes have passed, and the needle has not moved, so I don't think I got a blown head gasket. Okay, so I'm back from my first AT training day, and I completed 2.5 miles. It wasn't the plan. I was going for 6, and I'd have no problem with 6. This past summer, I made a spontaneous decision to hike 15 miles from the city I'm located in to a nearby city. So it was exactly 15 miles, and I carried a 3-liter hydration camelback system, and I can tell you by the time I arrived, I was just dead. I was having to stop probably every couple hundred feet and sit down. It was after probably 13 miles, it got pretty bad. My back was just hurting for days, so that's why I need to work my body up to, you know, do this 20 miles a day. So a few things that I learned today, which, you know, I've gone out hiking on the trails before. I mean, it's not that new, but I'm not used to it. But a few things that I learned is I've got a problem that when I get out into a remote area and I'm alone and there's nobody else around, and this also happened on my 15-mile hike this past summer. I only did that one time. But when I get alone and secluded, I get really bad anxiety. My heart rate starts increasing rapidly, and I start breathing heavy, and just kind of have this realization, almost from a third-party person's perspective, that I'm alone out here and there is nobody else around, and I couldn't get out fast if I wanted to, and it just, I don't know, to me it gives me anxiety. So I'm posting and talking to other hikers on a Appalachian Trail forum, and I told them about this, and they said, surprisingly, that it happens to other people and that it will go away the more time I spend out in the woods. I'm not used to spending time out in the woods. I'm used to being around, you know, in the city, around people. So that's one thing that I learned, that I need to spend more time out there so I can get over that horrible sensation. Another thing that I learned is that even though I was hiking today and it was about 25 degrees out, yeah, maybe 30 max, is that I still sweat. So when choosing what clothing that I'm going to carry with me, that's going to be a big factor and very important. Choosing the right equipment I'm going to wear, so I don't sweat and you know, which in turn would make me colder and get hypothermic and yada yada, so on and so forth. So that's another big thing, is to have stuff that I have layers on that I can take off and be able to throw in my pack if I start to get sweaty or cold. So those are the few things that I learned while I was out there. Didn't learn too much other than that I know that I need to get out there more. So that's the biggest issue. I need more practice. So I'll keep you guys filled in. Also, one other thing that I learned while I was out there And I didn't really realize this until I started editing the video to post to you guys on YouTube, which is why I'm filming this here and not talking about these talking points out there on the trail, properly narrating my videos and narrating to you guys my thoughts and experience while I'm out there. You know, some of these realizations, like to make a better viewing experience for you, I should talk more about what's going through my head and some of the situations I'm going through. So, and that would make a better viewing experience. So that's 3 important things that I learned. And so I'm going to keep you guys informed. I'm going to try to do maybe 1 video per day, and of my preps and my concepts and why I'm choosing to do things. I might change my mind. It is January 15th, and I've got about 2.5 months before departure. This trail that I'm on right now is very similar to the AT. It's in a remote area. Not a lot of people, but the trail is nicely worn and walked on. Right now it's muddy. That's to be expected. And it's cold.
Now that's cool. That'll be some bitch.
Let's see if I can get this camera to focus. There we go. Focus. Icicles.
Doing red, half mile. That is the other half mile. Let's go this way. Focus! Wow, someone will be shooting.
This is kind of beautiful. All that green is moss. It's kind of cool. You know, just a really cool contrast of color against the drabby residual brown that is prevalent right now in this time of year.
Nature's stairs.